The Ukrainian Special Operations Forces, SSO, on Friday shared a video that it said shows one of its drones destroying a T-72 tank and other Russian equipment in the Donetsk region of Ukraine. The video was posted on the SSO's X and Telegram accounts. An accompanying message said the Ukrainian military unit also took out 11 Russian soldiers during the strike. The Donetsk region has been the site of intense fighting in recent days. The Institute of the Study of War, ISW, think tank reported on Saturday that Russian President Vladimir Putin's forces have continued attacking the Donetsk town of Chasiv Yar. However, the Russian military has not recently made significant battlefield advances in the region. Heavy equipment and 11 enemy soldiers were destroyed in the Donetsk region. The SSO's caption to the video of the drone attack read. In its Telegram post, the SSO wrote a first-person view, FPV, drone was used by the Medoid tactical group of the 3rd Regiment during the assault. The mission also reportedly destroyed a Tu-S6 Tunguska anti-aircraft missile gun complex and an armored combat vehicle, in addition to taking out the 11 troops and the T-72 tank. The SSO footage cuts away after showing the drone zoom in on the T-72, but other explosions in the clip seemingly indicate the destruction of weapons. In its reporting on the video, the Kyiv Post noted that a new T-72 tank ranges from $3–4 million, depending on the configuration, while an older Soviet T-72 can cost as low as $500,000. The Tu-S6 Tunguska anti-aircraft missile gun is a Russian anti-aircraft missile and gun system designed for the anti-aircraft defense of mechanized and tank units on the march and at all stages of combat, according to the Kyiv Post. Tuesday's SSO post is only the most recent example of the military branch reportedly finding success against Putin's forces using FPVs. Earlier this month, the SSO wrote that it had destroyed 2 Russian tanks with first-person view drones, which also occurred in the Donetsk region. That attack reportedly took out a T-72 tank as well as a T-90 tank. According to the Kyiv Post, the T-90 is a modern Russian main battle tank, with an export value of a T-90 going from about $2.50 to $4.3 million depending on the level of modernization. Meanwhile, on the 26th of April, there are a lot of developments in the Avdiivka direction. Here, Russians are attempting to outflank the Ukrainian defenses to the north, while Ukrainians launched countermeasures to undermine the Russian offensive. On the northern flank of Avdiivka, Russians are simultaneously attempting to advance towards the west and to the north. The long-term strategic goal of Russians to the north is to advance toward the Ukrainian city of Konstantinivka, linking up with their offensive operation near Chasiv Yar. The main idea of this operation is to take the Ukrainian forces in New York and Toretska into a pocket. If we look at the topographic map, we can see that in attacking Konstantinivka from the south, the Russians must first take control over several hill ridges, all under Ukrainian control. The eastmost hills are the first important step for Russians to take, as they allow Ukrainians to make constant flanking attacks on any possible Russian offensive north. As such, Ukrainians have established multiple strong fortifications on the heights and in multiple settlements around New York. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, Russians have been unable to break through these Ukrainian defenses. Therefore, Russians are attempting to bypass these fortifications by outflanking Ukrainians from the west. But before Russians attempt such a large-scale flanking operation, they must first take control of the Ukrainian settlement of Novokhalinov. Novokhalinov is of high tactical and operational value for the Russians and Ukrainians, as it is situated at the source of the Kalinivka River, linking the two heights together. As such, It severely threatens the Russian spearhead north by forcing the Russians to allocate forces to defend themselves from possible Ukrainian counterattacks. During the preparation stages of the Russian spearhead towards Ocheretine, Russian forces also used artillery and Fab 500 glide bombs to bomb Ukrainian positions in Novokhalinov. Ukrainians responded by performing counter-battery operations with artillery and FPV kamikaze drones. A video released by the Ukrainian 47th Mechanized Brigade shows the destruction of 2 Russian D-30 howitzers. Another video released by the 109th Territorial Defense Brigade shows them engaging and destroying 3 Russian MSTAS self-propelled guns and a Grad-21 multiple rocket launcher system. Further released geolocated footage also shows Ukrainians intercepting 1 Russian T-90M tank on its way to resupply after an indirect fire mission. This shows the effect of Ukrainian counter-battery operations, as Russians were forced to use their tanks as artillery guns to compensate for their destroyed artillery. After intense Russian artillery barrages and airstrikes, Russian forces launched multiple waves of attacks on the settlement. Ukrainian sources reported that Russians had infiltrated the settlement with groups of 5 to 6 soldiers at a time to delay detection and provide a smaller target for Ukrainian artillery. Russians managed to quickly take control of the dairy farm and advance along multiple tree lines around the settlement. Geolocated footage shows that the fighting here was very intense. One video shows Ukrainian cluster munitions hitting Russian assault groups in the forest while simultaneously, Russian Fab glide bombs hit Ukrainian positions further down the line. To stop the Russian advance, Ukrainian forces quickly performed counterattacks on the Russian assault groups and started destroying them with FPV kamikaze drones. Ukrainian drone operators shared geolocated footage of them engaging Russian assault groups in the dairy farm, as well as occupied houses on the outskirts of the settlement. Ukrainian soldiers of the 47th Mechanized Brigade also shared footage of counterattacks with Bradley infantry fighting vehicles east of the settlement. The video shows how the Ukrainian Bradley first drives up to the Russian positions in the tree line,